In the Superman saga, Clark was recently reunited with his estranged father, Jor-El. Now, Jor-El agreed to take his young grandson on a trip across the galaxy while Lois Lane chaperoned the trip. But during a battle with Rogol-Zar, all communication was lost. Now Clark is flying blindly through space, attempting to find them. Clark does not locate his family, but 746 million miles away, he locates the Dominator Armada headed straight for Earth. Superman absolutely eviscerates the fleet, making the aliens think twice about their plans. As Superman is at home, he thinks back on when he laid with Lois in their last conversation on how much Luthor would be worth after Lois exposed him. But now Superman is alone. As Clark is in his kitchen, he thinks back on arguing with his son John about the woes of school life. Now Clark sits alone. When the Fortress of Solitude was no more, he thinks back on how the Justice League stood behind him in finding a new fortress. In the Bermuda Triangle, Clark uses Kryptonian crystal technology to form a new Fortress of Solitude. As Clark is at his job at the Daily Planet, he gets a text from an old friend. Martian Manhunter is outside, wondering if Clark has a moment to speak. Clark goes to meet Martian Manhunter, who's heard of all Clark's recent troubles. See, Martian Manhunter and Clark are both lone survivors, so they're often referred to as cut from the same cloth. But as the two are talking, Clark tells Martian Manhunter to hold that thought as he flies to another part of the world to take down a reptilian creature. Martian Manhunter tells Superman he's not alone as he knows the particular pain he's feeling. But Superman tells him to hold that thought as he goes to another part of the world to rescue a family from a burning building. Martian Manhunter has come to encourage Clark to take more of a leadership role, not just in the United States, but in the whole world. But Clark tells him to hold that thought as Superman flies into space and takes down what appears to be Gorilla Grodd. Martian Manhunter tells Superman they're going to be part of the galactic conversation pretty soon, and when that happens, Superman needs to be at the helm. But Superman is somewhat apprehensive about assuming a leadership role of the whole entire world. But as Superman gets ready to leave, he tells Martian Manhunter he'll think about it. As Superman flies through the air, he thinks back on a conversation he had with his father about what he's going to raise his son to be. His father seems to be confused as to what Superman actually does. But Superman can usually hear almost everything. So when everything goes silent, Superman abruptly stops. Superman knows this eerie silence. Superman flies into space only to discover the entire Earth has ended up in the Phantom Zone, the place where all Krypton's most horrible monsters and criminals are banished. To be continued.